welcome to Check It Out, the library's talk show that lets you know what's happening in and around the Bethel Park Public Library. I am your host, Christine McIntosh. Missy Lane is feeling a bit under the weather today, so she is not here to host with me. It is May. Happy May to everybody. And the library has some, in addition to our regular clubs and programs, we have some special programs going on. For adults, we have coming up the final resting place, Calvary Cemetery, on Wednesday, May 14th at 6:30 in the evening. Ed Bonner will discuss his new book that documents each notable person that's buried in Calvary Cemetery with their tombstone and their history. You'll hear some interesting facts about the Civil War graves and learn about some local history. We have Dungeons and Dragons for adults on Sunday, May 18th from noon until 4 p.m. So join us for some old school Dungeons and Dragons. This is for adult players only, and we welcome new or experienced players. Carla's hosting an evening conversation salon on Tuesday, May 20th at 6 p.m. in our fireplace room. So it's just a simple joy of conversation. So we ask you to come to freely share your ideas, thoughts, and your opinions. How the USAAF became Masters of the Air. 10 things you need to know about the U.S. Army Air Force on Wednesday, May 21st at 6:30. In this in-person presentation, Glenn will discuss the history of the air war over Europe from the perspective of the U.S. Army Air Force. He'll review strategies involved, their initial flaws, the turnaround achieved to gain air superiority before the Normandy invasion, and finally, the effectiveness of the overall air war strategy in winning this war. And one of my favorites, and I can't wait for this one, Idlewild, History and Memories of Pennsylvania's Oldest Amusement Park on Thursday, May 29th at 6:30 p.m. Idlewild's been a longtime summer fun destination and has charmed folks across western Pennsylvania and beyond since the late 19th century. Nestled among the Allegheny Mountains and along the Loyalhanna Creek, this historic amusement park was founded by the Mellon family in 1878 as a scenic picnic grove designed to boost passenger traffic on the Ligonier Valley Railroad. Now the oldest operating amusement park in Pennsylvania and the third oldest in the United States, today's Idlewild and Soak Zone has delighted generations of families with its classic amusement rides, themed area, and natural beauty. Writer and historian Jennifer Sopko will share the fascinating story of Ligonier's beloved amusement park and show you some vintage images gathered during the research for her book. The book is called Idlewild, History and Memories of Pennsylvania's Oldest Amusement Park. I love Idlewild. I loved going there as a child, and now I get to go with I took my nephews, and now I get to go with my great nieces, and it's so much fun. But since May is, we have Memorial Day, and in honor of those that had served and those that we have lost, I put together some titles inspired by the service of American military personnel. So check this out. In honor of Memorial Day, we have curated a list of titles that highlight the service and sacrifice of the American soldier. Memorial Day's primary purpose is to mourn and honor the men and women who died while serving in the U.S. military. Reading, particularly of personal or historical narratives, can be a powerful act of remembrance, connecting individuals to the past and fostering a sense of awareness. Missionaries, written by Phil Clay. Drawing on 6 years of research in America and Colombia into the effects of the modern way of war on regular people, Clay has written a novel of extraordinary suspense infused with geopolitical sophistication and storytelling instincts that are second to none. Missionaries is a window not only into modern war, but into the individual lives that go on long after the drones have left the skies. Switchboard Soldiers, a novel of the heroic women who served in the U.S. Army Signal Corps during World War I, written by Jennifer Schiaverini. In 1917, Grace Banker, Marie Moisac, and Valerie DeSchmidt are recruited as telephone operators, also known as switchboard soldiers, to help American forces communicate between troops as bombs fell all around them. They were among the first women sworn into the U.S. Army under the Articles of War. The male soldiers they had replaced had needed 1 minute to connect each call. These switchboard soldiers could do it in 10 seconds.
Walking Point. In this intimate memoir, Perry A. Allender chronicles with powerful clarity the bewildering predicament he confronted and the fellowship and guidance that transformed him during the year he served as an American GI in the jungles of Vietnam. Written after a lifetime of reflection on the nature of war and the effect of violence and domination on the minds and spirits of those forced to practice it, Walking Point offers a powerful narrative for readers with an interest in the effects of war and violence, American involvement in Vietnam, PTSD, and how trauma can be a catalyst for spiritual transformation. Alpha, written by David Phillips. When the Navy SEALs of Alpha Platoon returned from their 2017 deployment to Iraq, a group of them reported their chief, Eddie Gallagher, for war crimes, alleging that he stabbed a prisoner in cold blood and taken lethal sniper shots at unarmed civilians. The story of Alpha's war, both in Iraq and in the shocking trial that followed the men's accusations, would complicate the SEALs' post 9/11 hero narrative, turning brothers in arms against one another and bringing into stark relief the choice that elite soldiers face between loyalty to their unit and to their country. This is one of the great stories written about American Special Forces. It's by turns a battlefield drama, a courtroom thriller, and a compelling examination of how soldiers define themselves and live with the decisions that they had to make in the heat of combat. And Modern Warriors, written by Pete Hegseth. After 3 Army deployments, earning 2 Bronze Stars and a combat infantryman's badge, Pete Hegseth knows what it takes to be a modern warrior. In the book Modern Warriors, he presents candid, unfiltered conversations with fellow modern warriors and digs for real answers to key questions like what inspired them to serve? What is their legacy? What does sacrifice really mean to them? How do they handle loss? And what can civilians learn from this latest generation of veterans? So come on in and check out one today.
So I hope that you will check out one of those titles or many of the others that we have here that deal with either fiction or nonfiction. I like them both. Fiction I like because there's a little bit of a narrative that really gets you into the characters. So anyone who knows me and my husband Bill knows that we are always on the go, always doing something fun, usually involving live music. But this past weekend, we went to the running of the Wolves in downtown Washington, the city of Washington. It is the 3rd year of their sheep races. We had a great time. It was raining, but it was very, very busy. And it wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. The sheep, I don't know why, but I'm picturing them, like horses that you open the gate and they run. Well, sheep don't really do that, so they had to be kind of chased down the street. But once they got going, they got going. They had 3 different heats, and they changed the shirts on the sheep every time to represent a new group of sponsors. And then after the 3 heats, the winner is announced for the year, and they get a big trophy.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We also went to the Bradford House Museum, which is right there on Main Street, and it's a beautiful 19th century home. They have docents in there that are dressed in period clothing, and they tell you about how people lived, like in the main house. And then out back, there's a little cabin, which was how regular folks would live. And they painted the alleyway to represent scenes from the Whiskey Rebellion era. Very, very cool. Next, we're probably going to go to the STEAM show. So hopefully I'll have a little bit to tell you about next month on Check It Out. For children, okay, Missy Lane's not here, so you won't get the full effect, but I'll share what is going on in the children's department. One of my favorites is Bow Wow Book Club. This is Wednesdays in May from 6 to 7:30 p.m. where you can come and read to a therapy dog. And reading to therapy dogs improves reading skills, reduces stress. It builds excitement around books. It helps anybody, but particularly reluctant readers who are afraid to read in front of adults because they don't want to make mistakes. I love this. The dogs are really awesome, but this is made for K through 5th grade. But you can call the library and you register for one 15-minute session with a therapy dog. And if you want to come multiple weeks, you need to register for each week. We've been doing this for years. I love it. We have PBS Family Fun Nights on Thursdays in May from 6:30 to 7:30. Join us for 4 fun family nights where we'll watch a clip of a PBS show, share stories, and engage in exciting activities. All ages are welcome, but it's most appropriate for students in kindergarten through 2nd grade with a caregiver. We do ask that you register for each week if you want to come to more than 1 week. Baby Jam is on Thursdays in May at 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock. So join us for songs, rhymes, knee bounces, and more in this 30-minute early literacy class that will benefit both you and your child. Bonding time with your child is priceless, so join us. We have 1, 2, 3 Play With Me on Fridays in May at 10 a.m. Play is an essential part of learning and growing. Come explore and discover together with your child while meeting and mingling with other families that have children of the same age. We have Art Box on Saturday, May 24th from 1 to 2 p.m. If you like creating, don't miss this class. Art instructor Michelle Kirk will surprise you with the day's activities. Just come in messy clothes or wear an art smock and be ready to have a lot of fun. We have our summer learning kickoff on Saturday, June 7th with our 10th annual Youth Art Gala. This year's summer learning theme is Color Our World, and what better way to begin that except by attending our art show. Admire unique artwork from children and teens in the community while enjoying some live music and light refreshments. And make sure before you leave that you register for the summer learning program and get excited about celebrating art and creativity all summer long. So the Youth Art Gala is for all ages. We ask that you register for the Art Gala beginning May 15th. The Art Gala, again, is being held Saturday, June 7th. We are looking for art from youth, so artists should drop off their artwork by May 27th. We accept artwork from all youth ages, from toddlers to teens, and we look forward to displaying your masterpieces. So it can be fiber art if you like to crochet or knit. It could be photography. It could be painting. We had a lot of dioramas last year, and that was a lot of fun. So we're looking forward to that and kicking off summer learning, and adult summer reading will start in June as well. So for every book that you read or listen to, you can submit an entry for a weekly drawing and then a grand prize drawing at the end of the summer. Just want to announce that the library will be closed on Sunday, May 25th and Monday, May 26th in remembrance of Memorial Day. And then that is when we will not have summer hours during the summer. So between Memorial Day weekend and Labor Day weekend, the library is closed on Sunday. Now, we had a fun time this past week filming a promo for Summer Learning, which again has the theme of Color Our World. So check this out.
Have you ever feared that your summer would be dull and boring? Now that school is almost out, how will you fill your days? What if your best laid summer vacation plans fall through? How will you keep busy? What if it rains and you can't go outside to play? You certainly don't want everything to be gloomy and doomy. That's what happened to our friend Christine. She was so bored, and her days just felt empty and gray. That is, until she decided to go to the library. Her librarian friends always knew what to do, and so she would ask them how to make herself feel better. Christine set off and hoped her idea was a good one. As soon as she walked through the doors, her librarian friends were there to greet her. Miss Miranda gave her a stack of new books. and as soon as she opened one, her day no longer felt gray. In fact, it became colorful, magical, exciting, and new. Christine pored over the pages of the books and then checked out every single one to take home. Good thing she remembered her handy-dandy library card. Miss Megan then told her about the 2025 Summer Learning Program. The theme was Color Our World. There was a bingo card she could fill out and get prizes for each bingo she earned. Sandy chimed in with delight and even gave Christine a sneak peek at one of the grand prizes she could have a chance to win if she completed a cover-all bingo. Christine was really excited now. Some of the bingo squares were: make a colorful recipe, read a book with a blue cover, and read a book about a famous artist. And she knew she'd be off to a great start. Christine was loading her books into her backpack when Miss Dawn showed up and stopped to tell her about all the programs she could participate in this summer too. Miss Dawn was preparing materials for her rock painting class, and Christine loved to paint. There were also going to be book clubs to join, cooking classes, a puppet show, a juggler, movie nights, and more. Miss Nicole popped over from the program room, and she showed her how to register and made sure she wrote down the date of the Summer Learning Kickoff event, a beautiful, colorful, and enjoyable evening at an art gala. Wow! How could her summer ever be gloomy and doomy now? The library was just what she needed. Christine was heading home, happy as a lark, but not before saying goodbye to one more library friend. Miss Dolores was taking her lunch break in the courtyard. She waved to her as she headed up the ramp and told her she couldn't wait for summer learning to start. She thought it might just be the best one yet. That evening, the staff met to put the finishing touches on the 2025 Summer Learning Program. They were happy to have seen Christine and fill her in on all the fun news, and they want to make sure that you are filled in too. So read over the flyer, visit our website, call us, or stop in to see us if you have any questions. There are so many ways to color our world, and we are looking forward to seeing just how you will do it this summer. We promise you won't be bored. Just do what Christine did and give the library a try.
For more information on any of the programs or services that I talked about today, you know what to do. Give us a call, visit our website, or better yet, stop in and see us in person. Take care, everybody. See you next month.